Hi, Craig here from the Sandy and Craig real estate team. Before we start off on the tour pictures for this property on Windsor, wanted to take just a minute to point out some of the hidden features and amenities that you might not realize just by looking at the photos or even touring the property, especially if you're not from the area, or even if you are from the area. A lot of times you don't really know what's the hidden perks or hidden things of the neighborhood. So let's just take a quick minute to do that, and we'll see what we can learn about this property. So this townhome is located in what's referred to as the Valencia Summit area of the master plan community of Valencia. The actual Stratford property, where this townhome is in, the townhome group called the Stratfords, but that's located in the Summit neighborhood. So you have many of the perks of the Summit neighborhood as well as the individual perks of being in the Stratford neighborhood. So one of the things you'll notice is just how beautiful the neighborhood here, the Summit itself, is kept up. And lots of trees, lots of open spaces. It's not crowded like you see so many of the newer, more modern urban style properties. So here we are, nearest access to the Summit trail system. Paseo system is what it's been called all along, but it's a nice trail system. They got this zigzag thing going on here just to make sure that you're not bringing any vehicles. So I'm not going to go walking all the way down there, but just across the way, actually. Got the sun's in our eyes, unfortunately, but that's the back of the Windsor townhouse we were just looking at. Looks over this, and as you can see, as we look down through the trail system here, just goes wandering off into the distance. Actually, what that does is it connects with the Summit Park, which, well, we're here kind of pointing out the hidden features of this Windsor townhome. I want to point out the Paseo bridges. If you haven't noticed, or maybe you have noticed and wonder what they were all about, they connect all the Valencia trail systems and many of the Santa Clarita trail systems with these overpasses, so you can get from one side of a street to another without risking getting run over. This particular one happens to be right next to one of the Summit Windsor, Stratford, I guess you could say, pool complexes. Like I said, I believe there are 4 altogether, including the big clubhouse. And there are more pictures on the tour. I just kind of wanted to give you an idea what that was all about. And as I can continue to pan around, it's one of those trailway systems. And if you look down below, you can see 2 lighted tennis courts. No one's using them. Kind of a fun little fact. There's the entrance again to the Windsor Stratford properties here. But off in the distance, this kind of cool building across the way, that is the Getty property. That's where, among other things, they do a lot of the restoration on the art pieces or the furniture pieces or the sculptures or all kinds of things that they display at the 2 Getty museums. The one Getty Museum in Malibu and the one overlooking the hills in the Los Angeles area. And it happens to be next door to College of the Canyons, great junior college, I guess what you call it. They may have a fancier word for it now, right there. So if you have somebody in the household attending the school, it certainly is easy to get to from here. We are rolling up. The Stratford neighborhood is a gate-guarded community. There's go ahead and get the gate code entered. Of course, if it's you're living here, you don't need a code. You'll have a clicker or a fob to get in. The Stratford actually has 3 different sections. Each has its own entry gate, and you cannot get from one Stratford section to the next without leaving the development, and that's great because it helps cut down on the amount of traffic going through the neighborhoods. As we cruise through this particular property, the Windsor entrance to the Stratford is probably, actually not probably, it has the least number of townhomes on that particular street. And you notice how nice and wide the streets are. Lots of spacing between the buildings. Most of the buildings will only have 2 or 3 townhomes, which really feels more like a luxury home neighborhood than a townhouse neighborhood. And they just don't build them that way anymore. It seems like you have to be in some big urban sprawl to have a townhome these days. So we're already at the end of the street for the Windsor property, and you can see that it's very ends in a cul-de-sac here. Have guest parking, which is so important. That's another thing you don't see these days. You don't think to ask about, hey, where do my friends park when they come over to visit? So, and you'll even see that these have driveways. Again, nice place. You do want to have a place to park your car. So we're going to go ahead and we are here. This is the property here as I get a shot of it. And of course, all the pictures of the property you'll see in the tour, but there's just a couple neat things that you might not notice either at the property or in the tour. And we're going to check those out now. One of the hidden features of this property, this is the side and the entrance there of this property on Windsor, is this hidden little greenbelt area that really is, if you didn't know it was here, you probably wouldn't know it was here. And creates a kind of a backyard for this townhouse. And the beautiful part about the backyard is that not only does it have a fantastic view, this is the actual patio here of the property, and a real nice balcony up there overlooking the arroyo, and more pictures, of course, with the actual true tour. But you have the effect here of your own backyard that the homeowners association pays for it, maintains it, I should say. Maintains and pays for it. I guess suppose you pay for it in your dues. But this is the arroyo. On the other side is one of the paseo accesses that you can get to. There's many of them throughout the summit and Valencia itself. Just a fantastic place to be. Very peaceful, very, very serene, and a hidden feature. You and your neighbor there are probably the only ones that are ever gonna take advantage of this.